If we were going to try and match the level of denial, deceit, and delusion we hear from people who talk about the greatest lie of our lifetime, the hoax of black victimization, then we wouldn't just post one story a day or two stories a day. We'd post 100 a day. Because that is how often around the country, for example, we see and hear about, well, at least this one particular myth, that the reason there's such an enormous amount of difference between black kids and white kids in schools on discipline and achievement and getting expelled is one reason only. That's all about white racism. The white teachers are picking on the black kids for no reason whatsoever. Well, every day the reality of that puts the lie to that fairy tale. And so here's just two stories, two school stories. One story, they actually do something right. They actually come out and call it a riot.
Dozens of students and teachers at Western High School wiped their burning eyes after being hit by pepper spray today.
And that pepper spray is only part of the reason why people are upset tonight. Fox 5's Shanamara spoke to police about this huge fight that happened and walks us through what went down.
Yeah, Cindy, John, it's high school and fights happen, but what you're about to see is a different level of violence. Police say there have been cultural differences at the school, but parents and students tell me tensions have been boiling for the past couple of days and that this was a race riot.
It's so bad. I don't know if any of them are okay, and I don't know if tomorrow I'm going to walk into this school and die or something.
Inside this college readiness academy, some students are flat out scared.
This is just straight up dangerous, and people can die and get hurt.
And their concerns stem from this riot. Officials say there have been some cross-cultural issues at Western High School that boiled over into this.
It was like Hispanics versus the African Americans. So that's just, I believe it started out small with this one guy having a problem with the other guy, and then just became a race thing out of nowhere.
School police tell me it started as a verbal disagreement at lunch between two groups. That escalated into a physical fight, drawing the attention of nearly 200 onlookers. Then it turned into a brawl, causing confusion and concern across the board.
I hate to be the one to say this, but I think that a lot of this stems from bad parenting. If you're not fearing repercussions, then you're going to take that and continue on, and you're going to play the fool no matter where you are. As police try to get a handle on the situation, they used pepper spray, which spreads in the air and ended up hitting more than the students, causing problems.
Everybody ran, and everybody started crying, and everybody was just in pain.
Now, parents are afraid to send their kids back to school to get the education they need, worrying more about their safety.
The ones that are causing trouble, weed them out and concentrate on either getting them help, getting them into a different school, and protecting the ones who are innocent.
And school police tell me 45 to 50 people needed medical help and decontamination after being hit with pepper spray. That includes both students and faculty members. And by the time the medics arrived, about 22 officers and 15 to 20 medical units were responding.
Look at her! She out there!
Witnesses say this fight at the stadium at John Adams High School erupted last Friday, right after the Rebels lost to their rival, the Glenville Tarblooders, 40-18 in a Cleveland Senate League game.
The kids were kind of heated. Words was changed, and when the meet and greet was happening, someone reached over and hit his own player, matter of fact, trying to hit someone else, and that's when it started. Kids started jumping out of the stands, parents started jumping out of the stands. It's just uncalled for, you know.
Witnesses say police officers and school officials eventually were able to restore order. It was then discovered that one of the players suffered an injury that required a trip to the hospital for stitches. It is the role of parents and students who left the stands to join the melee that is most upsetting to those who witnessed it.
Well, they take the games really too serious, you know. There's a bunch of kids, they're trying to learn the game.
We are told that tensions were running so high that the Glenville players were told to get on the school buses to go home, while officials from the school were allowed inside John Adams to retrieve their belongings from the locker room.
The Cleveland Metropolitan School District says its Department of Safety and Security is now investigating the altercation, and players and other students who were involved could face disciplinary action. According to a statement responding to questions from Fox 8, quote, "The district will not tolerate violence on or off the playing field or court. Although tensions are often high in competitive sports, These are teachable moments for kids of the importance of good sportsmanship and the risk of engaging in fights during or at the end of a game.
You know, all over the country now, especially in the bigger places that we hardly ever do stories on because it's too easy, places like Detroit, Chicago, Philly, Baltimore, you know what I'm talking about, the chocolate cities. In the chocolate cities, they don't play football at night. They play it in the daytime. They play it Friday after school. They play it Saturday morning just so they can avoid this enormous amount of violence that is now a regular feature of life, not just in the schools, but in the extracurricular activities connected to the schools. And every single one of these stories we do, every second of every story that we do, just cries out one question. Where are the white kids doing the same? Where are the Asian kids doing the same? Because underneath that big fairy tale that white kids do it too, except the teachers never bust them for it, well, where are the videos? Where are the videos of this enormous level of violence, chaos, and mayhem that exists as a regular feature of life in black schools? Where? They don't exist because they don't happen nearly as much as the black violence in black schools. That's your obvious lesson for today, even if being obvious about it sometimes can make the black kids angry.